All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at some more factoring. Today we're going to be looking at what we call perfect square trinomials. So these are some special cases that we tend to see. To get us started, let's talk about our target product and our target sum. In this case, our target product is always the C, so this would be a positive 25, while the target sum is a plus 10, and that's already set up for us in our puzzle here. So we just need to find these two pieces. So we need to know what times what will give us 25, but also add to be 10. So remember, this is your product, and this is your sum. So it looks like a positive is needed, and it's going to be positive 5 and positive 5. So that means both binomials end up being the same. So it's going to look different when we submit our final answer. So this would be x plus 5 squared. All right, let's try the next one. Same idea here. We have a positive 49 and a negative sum, a positive sum of 14. So what would be the two factors of 49 that would get a sum of 14? This looks like 7 and 7. So this would be x plus 7 times x plus 7, or we would say x plus 7 squared. All right, for the last one here, again, we have a product of positive 9. This time our sum is a negative 6. So let's see what happens. Can we make this happen? It looks like they both have to be negative, right? Because we have a positive product but a negative sum. So when I do this, the only two values I can think of would be 3 and 3. So this would be x minus 3 and x minus 3. X minus 3 squared would give us what we need. All right, now we're going to look at what we call the difference of squares. In this case, a lot of times your binomial is only going to be this. So that middle piece is missing, but it really isn't missing. What this means is it's ax squared plus 0x plus c. So b, or that sum, has to be 0. So our target product is always going to be that same c value, which in this case is negative 25, but our sum is 0. So knowing that I have a negative product, that means I have to have one of each sign, and they end up having to be the same value because we need it to be cancel out to get 0. So it would have to be 5 and 5. So we would have x plus 5 times x minus 5. All right, let's try the next one. Remember again, this is x squared plus 0x minus 16. So the product is negative 16. The sum is 0. So that means I need one of each sign, and it has to be the same number in order to get a sum of 0. So it would be 4 and 4. So in this case, this would be x plus 4, x minus 4. On the last slide, we did squaring them, but they're not exactly the same, so we can't write that any differently. Now, this last one's a little bit different, a little bit trickier. If you notice on the puzzle down here, it shows us that our product is negative 36. I want you to take note that here we have, in order to get that product, it would be 4 times negative 9 to get that negative 36, because we have an a value here. So we would take the a times the c to figure what that is. So here we have 0 again. In this case, I have one of each, yet again, and I have 6 and 6. So this one is a little bit trickier because it's saying 2x plus 3. So this is where we would have to go to our box and put this in here. 4x squared, the original, minus 9, and then we would have negative 6x and positive 6x in order to figure out what the two binomials would be. So this one is a little bit trickier. So I need to look at the greatest common factor here. My greatest common factor in this case would be a 2x. In order to get 4x squared, this also needs to be a 2x. I see I need products of 6 and negative 6. So I'm going to make this one a negative 3 and this one a positive 3. So if you notice, we have 2x plus 3, and then we would have 2x minus 3 for the other binomial.